When it comes to virtual schools, there's always that one big question, right? How do you make sure no student falls through the cracks? Well, today, we're going to break down how one school, the Virtual Academy of La Fourche NC, tackles that challenge with a really impressive, multi-layered system.
This is really the core challenge of any online education. When students aren't physically in a classroom, how do you build a safety net that's strong enough to catch everyone? But, and this is the key, it also has to be flexible enough to adapt to what each and every student actually needs.
And this school's entire approach is built on this one simple but really powerful idea. It's not about just reacting when a problem pops up. It's all about proactively giving students the exact kind of help they need right at the moment they need it. Think of this sentence as the blueprint for everything else we're about to see.
Okay, so let's dig into that promise. This isn't just one single plan. You have to picture it as a series of support layers, all working together. We're going to start with the foundation, the set of tools and resources that every single student gets right from the get-go.
So this first layer is what we'll call the academic foundation, and the key word here is universal. This is the baseline support that every student receives no matter where they're starting from. It's all about making sure they have what they need to succeed from day one.
So what does that actually look like?
Well, it starts with something that sounds simple but is absolutely crucial: direct access to teachers. Virtual office hours are a core feature here. It's this dedicated time for students to get that vital one-on-one feedback, to ask those questions they might not want to ask in front of the whole class, and to really build a connection with their instructors. The next piece of this foundation is some really smart technology. The school uses these adaptive learning platforms that basically act like a personal digital tutor for each student. They can spot in real time where a student is struggling and then adjust, offering extra practice. And on the flip side, they can push advanced learners forward so no one is getting bored or left behind.
And that leads to a really cool part of their daily schedule called WIN time. It stands for What I Need. Now, this is not just a study hall. It's a super focused period where student performance data is used to create small groups. So some kids might get a concept retaught, others might get extra practice, and some might get enrichment activities to take them even further.
But, okay, what happens when that universal support just isn't quite enough for a particular student? Well, that's where the next layer kicks in. This is where the system gets way more personalized, using data to create really targeted pathways for students who need that extra boost. This whole system is called MTSS, or a multi-tiered system of support. And you know what makes it so powerful? It's proactive. Instead of just waiting for a student to fail a test, it's designed to spot the early warning signs and step in immediately with the right kind of help.
And it works in 3 tiers, which you can see here. Tier 1, that's the great core instruction everyone gets. If data shows a student needs a little more, they move to Tier 2 for some focused small group work. And for those few who really need it, Tier 3 provides intensive one-on-one support. It's like a built-in escalation process to make sure nobody gets overlooked.
Now, beyond those academic tiers, the system has another critical layer. This one is for students with specific identified needs that require a more formal and often legally documented plan of action.
A huge component of this is the Individualized Education Program, or IEP. This is a legal document that lays out the exact goals, services, and accommodations a student with disabilities needs to receive what's called a FAPE, a free appropriate public education. It's basically a completely customized roadmap for that student's success.
And this same idea of tailored support applies to different student needs. So for students with IEPs, the focus might be on accommodations, like extended time on tests. But for English language learners, the approach is different. It centers on specific language standards and teaching methods that make complex subjects understandable while their English skills are still developing.
So we get to the final layer of support, and this one goes beyond just academics. It's based on a simple truth: students can't learn effectively if they're struggling emotionally. So this system is designed to support the whole person, not just the student part of them. To make this happen, every student is connected with a dedicated school counselor. This person is a go-to resource for everything from social guidance to navigating personal challenges. And for high schoolers, they become a really key partner in planning for college and what comes next.
This social and emotional support is proactive too. So instead of being some separate class, social emotional learning, or SEL, is woven into the daily routine. The goal is to build these absolutely crucial life skills like resilience and self-management just as part of a normal school day.
And of course, a huge part of creating that safe environment is having a really clear anti-bullying policy. The focus here isn't just on consequences. It's a whole process that actually starts with prevention and education, and it ends with providing support for everyone involved.
So when you put it all together, when you see all these layers, you realize this isn't just a collection of separate programs. The academic help, the specialized services, the emotional guidance, they are all interconnected. Support isn't just some add-on, it's really built into the school's DNA.
Seeing how all these layers connect, from universal tools all the way to highly individualized plans, it really paints a clear picture of a truly comprehensive support structure. It brings us right back to that first idea, providing the right support at the right time in the right way. And I think that leaves us with the real question: how well does any school, virtual or otherwise, live up to that promise?